Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monolith Mondays. We're just going to give it a moment here to let people trickle in, and then we'll go ahead and get things started. All right, cool. Looks like people are starting to come in here. So, welcome to Monolith Mondays. My name is Megan. I'm the marketing manager here at Monolith Forensics. And what Monolith Mondays is, if you haven't joined us before, is every Monday at 10 a.m. Central, somebody from our team is going to do a quick live demo of a feature or feature set or workflow inside of Monolith, just to kind of give you a better idea of the capabilities of what our platform does and give you an opportunity to ask questions that you may have either about the feature we showcase or about Monolith in general. So today, we have Tony from our sales team who will be walking us through team management inside of Monolith. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Tony up here. Bear with me one moment. Alrighty, and while Tony's getting all of his stuff set up, I just wanted to let everybody know we will have time for questions. So if you have questions, please drop them in the chat or drop them in the Q&A box, and we will get those questions answered for you. And I see Tony now. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, Megan.
So, I'll go ahead and hand things over to you and come back for the questions.
Awesome. Thanks, Megan. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for your time. Thanks for joining. Today, I want to go ahead and dive into the organization section inside Monolith and highlight our team management module and guide you guys through on how to set up teams, their roles, and giving them access to the database. I found that this would be an interesting topic because we're running through a couple questions and concerns these days on how users can save some time by saving their e-signatures for future chain of custody requests. And also, they've asked about how they can reset passwords for their users or reset MFAs, and also when they're in a single case, how they can assign like a group of users and save some time there as well. So I'll be going over a couple of those things as well in today's presentation. So let's dive in. Uh, let's go into the roles section here. And inside roles, uh, Monolith gives you three general options, and they're going to be the super admin, the admin, and the user.
Hey, Tony.
So,
Sorry to interrupt you. Would you mind sharing your screen so we can see what you're taking a look at?
oh, sorry about that.
No worries.
Monday morning. Here we go. All right. Can you
There
guys
it
see my
is.
screen? Perfect.
Yep, thanks, Tony.
Awesome. Okay, so let me backtrack a little bit here. So we're inside the roles, and we generally give you guys three different options. So this is going to be the super admin role. Essentially, this is the highest role inside the Monolith platform, and this basically provides complete access to everything. So the super admin, they can invite new personnel, they can change access levels, they can also create brand new custom roles as well. But most importantly, the super admin has the almighty power to delete cases, to modify or wipe evidence. And also they can edit system settings like the organizational info or admin logs or editing like task templates or adding in new ones. So if you look inside this super admin information here, all the permissions, the toggles are all selected, everything from acquisitions to audits to cases, the chain of custody, all the way down to reporting capabilities as well. So the second option that we give you is the admin role. And the admin role is very similar to the super admin. Essentially, they have all the access. The only thing that they don't have is the power to delete cases and wipe evidence or modify any system settings. Now, to fit your lab or to fit your agency's workflows, Monolith is highly customizable. So you go ahead and modify this to have a couple different permissions that the admin can use, just like the super admin, if you need to. So it's just a matter of toggling these permissions here. So as a default, they'll receive everything but we'll go ahead and revoke like preservation of access. The last one is going to be your basic role, which is your user. And generally, these are going to be, tied into the world of investigators, the detectives, or like the consultants. So this gives the ability that user role to have create and edit cases. They can also kind of add and build out their contact lists. Most importantly, the heavy lifting for the user is they can log in and update evidence and storage items as well. So inside the team management is users, and inside of here is our sample contact lists where you'll have the name, the title, the role, uh, what ability they have in terms of reading or writing information, the office, and the status. So let's go ahead and jump into creating a new user here. So now by default, since I'm a super admin, it's going to go ahead and pop up this information here. So just bear with me. So let's just create a new user, Alan Smith here. And we're going to go ahead and update his email. He's a brand new user. So we'll do alan23@gmail.com. And let's create a password for him. Now you can put in a unique password here, but Monolith also gives you the ability to leave it blank and it'll auto-generate a password as well. So I'm going to leave it here, let it auto-generate. And Alan, he's going to be part of the Alexandria lab. And his user role is going to be user here for basic access. And I'm going to give him the right access so he can input new evidence, information, and contacts. So we're going to create the user here, and it's been created. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and locate Alan Smith here. And this is where the super admin can go ahead and update the details and information here. So the title, I'll put him as an examiner. And the hourly rate is very generous here. Let me just do a ballpark or something. I'll be generous too. Let's do 75. And confirming that he's in the Alexandria lab. Save the user changes. Confirming all the information here. And this is the portion where I'd say Alan go ahead receives this access, and Alan would log in and he can scroll down and he'd be able to go ahead and input his electronic file signature, sorry, electronic signature on file here for future chain of custody requests. Now back to putting on the super admin role, you would be able to go ahead and inside this portion, you'd be able to reset his password, reset his MFA here. And if you needed to, you can go ahead and deactivate the user account here as well. So let's jump back out here. Now that we've created Alan as a user and his role and what he has access to, let's go ahead and jump into the group section. Now, this group section I really like a lot because this is definitely, saving time and a feature where for you team members out there, basically it gives the unique ability to bundle users together and also streamline the set of permissions and assign it for a single case. So when you look inside of our group database here, we have a couple that we've set up inside our thread, cloak group, e-discovery, special investigations team here. So what I want to do is go ahead and edit this special investigations team. I want to click on the manage users and I want to put Alan inside of our special investigations team. So now he's in here. The next thing, what I want to do is now locate a case and assign the case to the special investigations team here. So what I have inside of our cases, our database here for, let's look at the sample case for who shot Mr. Burns. Let's look up this case number here. And when you look at the case details, it's still in the pending status, the case lead, and it's going to be a pretty big case. So what I want to do is assign a huge group, and it's going to be that special investigations team. And once I select it, I'll have Alan here pop up and myself pop up here as well. And then what you can do is jump inside the tasks and you can create a new task. And that is where you can go ahead and assign Alan as well. When it comes to backtracking a little bit for the chain of custody and the electronic signature, we're going to go ahead and assign that evidence over here for that iPhone 13. Go inside the chain of custody. I want to go ahead and move the chain of custody here and assign it to Alan inside the lab. Alan here and assign there. And by clicking on the e-signature, we go ahead and utilize his signature on file and moved over there. And there you go. All right. So that was a quick overview of the team management module, and I hope that provided a little bit of insight in terms of saving some time regarding some of these useful features inside the roles and access, and also having the ability to go ahead and reset passwords and store a electronic signature on file. I'm not sure if we had any questions inside the chat. Doesn't look like it here, but I'll open it up. Megan, let me know if there's any questions here.
Sure thing. If anybody has any questions, please go ahead and drop them into the chat. I had a question. So when you created the new user, Monolith sends them an email when you create it. So if you choose the option to auto-generate the password, Monolith will send the generated password to them, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that's consistent. They would have to go ahead and copy and paste that, put it inside to get login access. Yeah.
Yeah, something else that I wanted to mention too, for anybody who may not be familiar with adding users to Monolith, is multi-factor authentication is also built in. So once they do start the like login process, they're also going to be prompted to set up multi-factor authentication as well. And then I was also wondering, because we talked about roles a little bit, but have you come across any use cases where they need to set up like a new separate rule? So like a role that you customize a little bit different from like a user, but maybe they don't have access to like a particular section.
Yeah, that's a great question. So we've come across like they want a basic user to only be able to have like read only access. Sometimes maybe like somebody outside of the lab team that wants to just see the status or where the case is and so forth. Maybe the TA on the other side, or there's another one where there's users for only having permissions just to go ahead and look at reporting.
Mm.
So it's definitely customizable in terms of how the team needs to be fit. You can go ahead and enable and toggle the different permissions. But those are three general kind of guidelines that we give you, the super admin and the admin user.
Mhm.
But they can easily deviate from back and forth in terms of the user having access to, let's say the user has progressed after 6 months or a year being in the lab. Yeah, then all of a sudden, the super admin says, "Hey, Alan, we're going to give you access to go ahead and create the reports now. You're at a point where you can do this, and then we can, once you've done that, then let's link back together, and I'll review it, and then we can add in a couple different things or send off the final report." So. Uh, Great in terms of progressing and developing a user.
All right, cool. Does anybody else have questions? I don't see any in the chat or the Q&A. I actually have one other question. Um, so if we wanted to add users on the relay side, because that's a little bit different from adding users on the team management side, do you mind showing us where in the settings that lives?
Yeah, sure. Let's see here. Here's my screen here. So if you scroll down from the organization to settings and relay settings here, you'll go to user management and you can invite a new user here by sending out their email there. And they'll receive an email and they'll go through a couple questions, and that will be the easiest way to invite a new person inside Relay, our submission case intake portal.
All right, perfect. Thank you. We do have a question in the chat from Derek. Are there any future plans to integrate an RMS system into Monolith, i.e., similar to Mark 43? Um, Derek, could you elaborate on what RMS system is? I personally am not familiar with that term. Tony, if you're familiar, please go ahead. Feel free to jump in.
No,
Records management system. Okay. So would that be more for like document? Sorry, Derek, I'm asking you a lot of follow-up questions about your question. So that would that be more for like document management? Give him a second to answer here. More for case tracking. Um, well, I think the way the monolith is set up, most of the case tracking is already done, and those capabilities live in the case and evidence management sections. Um, I wish I had a better answer for this question. This might be something that is perhaps a better question for our solutions engineer.
yeah, this might be a great idea for something in the future down the line, but I haven't heard anything yet. I know they're working in the background for some other options, but
Okay, that's fair. I'm also chatting with Joey a little bit. It sounds like if you have an RMS system that accepts API calls, we do have an open API built into Monolith. So there may be a way to set up an API to help get those kind of integrated together for you. Hopefully that answers your question. For more detailed answer, we can reach out to support and have them get back to you. Oh, thank you for Joey for dropping in here. Do you have any info related to API for Carpal? That I
no,
am
not that
not
I know
sure.
of.
I can send you the docs for our API, which are fairly in-depth. Let me put the docs link in the chat. Cool. Here is the link to our doc stuff. If it's not covered in there, yeah, as Joey put in the chat, if you email support@monolithforensics.com, we can get you more information on that. And thank you for those questions, Derek. Appreciate it. Does anybody else have questions? Because if not, I think we're okay to wrap up. Just give it a minute here. All right, cool. I think that is it for questions. So, Tony, thank you for walking us through this portion of Monolith. Thank you, everybody, for attending today and for asking us questions. Hopefully, we got all those answered for you. Um, if there's anything else you need, or maybe we didn't get to or cover in this session, you can always email support@monolithforensics.com. You're welcome to email me, Megan@monolithforensics.com, and we're happy to answer any questions you have and assist you with anything you might need. Alrighty. So thanks, Tony. Thanks everybody for coming. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and great rest of your week. Hope to see you next
Thanks,
week
guys.
at the next one.